Do you ever feel like you've lost your way a little bit? I'm not talking about anything major, but say it sort of feels like you're coming out of the store and forgetting where you parked the car, for instance. So my favorite example is I'm pushing this big old cart of groceries out in the South Carolina heat, and because I've spent so much time in the grocery store, I literally forgot where I parked the car, and I can feel my ice cream starting to melt, right? And I'm walking around looking for it. It never happens to you, does it? It happens to me more than I want to admit. Because what happens is that sets me off in a flurry to quickly load the van, rush home, and then it feeds into the hurry up, get everything unloaded, unpack all the bags, get that ice cream safely in the freezer to refreeze, and then I'm out of breath, right? Hi, I'm Amy with Jerry and Spit Apothecary. I'm just a working mom and wife trying to live well naturally the best that I can every day. And this is my little video log kind of sharing you some of the tips that I've learned along the way. So today I want to talk to you about something that I think is so crucial to our own sanity as moms, and too often we just don't feel like we have the time to do anything about it. So it sort of relates to that grocery cart story too. But I want you to think about what it feels like, just for a moment, when one of your shoes becomes untied, okay? We know it doesn't feel right. Maybe even the shoe starts to come off our foot some, and we're just flopping around with our shoe untied, right? My favorite is seeing my son run around with his laces flying everywhere because he just won't take a break and tie it. It's just easier to keep playing and deal with that little bit of uncomfortableness or just take the shoes off altogether, right? Which is he's prone to do, and then he can't find his shoes. So this idea of our shoes being untied is what it feels like when we are not living to our full natural state. It's also that situation with the melting ice cream and forgetting where I parked my car. Okay, it's the same situation. There are a lot of things that relate to this, right? And I'm sure you can think of a few too. They happen all the time, especially to us mamas. So we just get so busy and we have a ton of things to do and not enough time or even energy to deal with any of it. What really doesn't work for me in those situations is someone telling me I just need more self-care Sunday afternoons to stop caring if my house is dirty and I need to relax. Now, do you really think if I could relax while my house is a disaster that I wouldn't take you up on that? Or that if my Sunday afternoons could be, relaxing spa-like events because I'm not worried or stressed out about what's waiting for me at work on Monday or what kind of boss mood I'm going to deal with, I seriously wouldn't be relaxing instead. I mean, come on. That is super well-meaning advice, but the truth is, it is what I call surface-level answers. The truth is, we do not need a time block of self-care, manis and pennies. Okay, well, I do, but we also really need, though, is real ways to live more in balance and not so much in this endless mom stress where we experience this stuff every day, right? And we can actually relax and we can go get our nails done and not feel like it's a big deal. Hear me out on this. I am not at all saying that self-care is bad because it isn't. But our approach to it is often just cramming more into an already overloaded schedule rather than having it be intentional and healing. We can't really get into real self-care until we actually get resolution to the things that are causing us to label taking care of ourselves a coffee and a trip to the nail salon. Okay? My friend, it is so much bigger than that. And it doesn't come with a required appointment or a Sunday afternoon for that matter. What it does require is us getting serious about reclaiming our lives and balancing out things that are causing us to have so many things that are making us feel like we can't live our best or we don't feel our best. You know you are there when you can laugh and feel like yourself rather than feeling stressed out, got no time to chat or hang out, or, go until you drop lifer, okay? This also may feel like, I'm going to tell you right up, it may not feel real right at first, but being able to enjoy your mom life and maybe not feeling like you're failing at it all the time is a pretty darn good feeling too. So what I'm proposing is a radical redo of what we fill our day with. It's time to get serious, friends, about what we are putting into our 24 hours and how that stuff is filling up on that space on that calendar and what we're actually feeling like in the process of doing that. And doing the things that make us feel like beautiful, attractive women. We are also, moms, wives, single moms, working moms, all the things we do in a day that make us superheroes. Okay? We're all of that, and we all know that. To me, this looks like finally being brave enough to say, I want more in life than working 60 hours a week and not having time for my kids and family. It is so hard for me to do that, though, because, well, I liked my career. I like career success. I like paychecks. I like the financial independence it gives me, right? And I really like having bills paid and food on the table. Those are good things. So we sacrifice a lot, right? But in that situation, it was literally killing me physically because I was never had time to work out. It was killing me emotionally because I was missing big and little stuff in my family's life. And it was not making me happy, okay? It was a nice title, a nice paycheck, but I just wasn't happy. It, however, wasn't going to change until I changed it. There are also times it threatens to rear its ugly head again, too, so I have learned to be really good at the pop-up weasel game. Now, for me, the solution looked like getting serious about what it would mean to work differently. I started Dragon Spit Apothecary, in fact, in the middle of a job crisis. And I continue to work both a corporate career and building this business. But I have found the link in doing these things is the progress that I'm making to actually changing the scenario for good. Okay? More than a means to an end. Hear me out on this. You can make big and small changes to fix things in your life, but sometimes it's going to take more than a couple minutes to see some change and improvements, especially on those bigger goals and changes that we want to make. Now, that is my situation, and so yes, there are days I do forget where I park my car, and I have spent a couple hours picking up groceries, and I do still work a lot of hours at times, but I am on the path that will lead me to making things better for myself and my family long term. I see what it was doing to me and my family, okay? And it wasn't going to change. So I made little change, like making a point of logging off at a reasonable time from work, right? That's really important. And doing it despite the drama and figuring out where to include time to be with my family and work out, okay? That was super important to me, and I figured out how to do it. Sometimes I do both at the same time, by the way. So I think as women, we are fully equipped to do hard things. But it is when we have to do the hard things because they're going to lead us to something better that we actually see and feel the difference in why we're doing those things. When we are just powering through things because they were on our list, but at the end of it we feel drained and overwhelmed from it, then it's not the right list to be working on. And it's time to really reset that, right? What I'm inviting us to say is we can control our life more than it controls us. It is not natural for us to be going 1,000 miles an hour with no goal in mind other than a clean house, a meal on the table, and bills paid. While those are super important things, life is more than that. And what I'm saying here is we should have that and then some. But it's a matter how we do that, right? When we feel energized about what we are doing, it becomes less of a burden. And the stress to do it becomes a lot easier to carry. When we are working at something that lights us up, our creativity gives us the inspiration that the sky is high, and that is when we know we have tapped into this natural state we were all designed to live in. Okay? So today, as you go through all those things that we all do on our to-do list, ask yourself why. Are all those things lifting you up and helping you enjoy life? Or are they just weighing you down and filling up stuff on a paper or your phone list, right? However you keep your list. And you're not even sure why you're doing them anymore and no one even notices? Don't skip your life because of the to-do list. Putting things on that list that make you happy and give you that space to be your best version of yourself every day is what matters. Trust me, it seriously helps because you will find yourself enjoying the parking lot, enjoying the hunt for your car, right? Or seeing your kid race around the yard with his shoe untied. It becomes much more enjoyable in life. You will see the beauty in those things that change the game on what it means to live naturally, too. Because you're going to be feeling great and you're going to be able to see the lighter side of life. Until next time, my friends, live well naturally and take care of yourself.